how to take creative self-portraits. This is something everyone is asking me through Instagram all the time, because I recognize it's not easy to come up with ideas constantly and be creative with things around the house or with whatever we have. I never was creative at the beginning. I started with self-portrait, or just doing like normal headshots of myself, experimenting with lighting, experimenting just technique. And then when I was able to do the technique perfectly, I jump into props, I jump into makeup, and I jump into ideas. So today I'm going to explain you 6 ways you can follow to transform your portrait photography into creative portrait photography. But for that, let's go to the studio first. Okay, so welcome to my photography studio. I'm a professional photographer and creative director. It was never this way before till I moved to London. I was a graphic designer because it's what I studied in the beginning, but then I was very sold off and I learned photography on my own and I experimented a lot. And even if I started with surf photography, taking action shots in the beach, I moved to portrait photography. How did I did this? I did it experimenting with myself, doing a lot of self-portraits, practicing a lot of technique. And when I got the technique, as I told you before, I started to experiment with ideas, with props, with creative ways to do things, and blah, 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 and all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you 6 things you have to follow. If you follow these 6 things, probably you're never going to fail. So let's go with the first one, posing. How many times you scroll through Instagram and you see portraits and they are great, but there is something missing? I'm sure when you are scrolling, in the portrait you stop is in the weird one. When there is a pose really weird, like, I don't know, like a woman lying on a bench in the street pretending to be dead, something like that, like it's really creative, it's really weird, and you stop to see the picture properly. But then when you scroll and you see a normal portrait, you just, you scroll. Those pictures, which are like well posed, they are normally more creative. I'll show you now a few of them, the ones I did. You can always close your eyes, you can always lie down into something. I don't know, just get creative with the posing thing. And I have a Pinterest account, but anyway, if you don't want to follow me, it's okay. I have so many ideas there, but you can collect your own as well in boards, like I did. I have ideas for makeup, ideas for posing, ideas for portraits. So the ideas for posing, I think, is really crucial for everyone. Even for me, I'm more experienced and I'm still taking Pinterest posing to be able to find out, okay, which pose should I do? Because I always do like that, I close my eyes, but then I get bored of the same pose. So if you go there to Pinterest, you take so much inspiration to your own portraits, you couldn't even believe. So I recommend you to go to Pinterest, take female poses, and choose the weird ones and the ones you like and the ones you are comfortable doing as well, and experiment with that. And I'm sure like your portrait game is gonna change completely. So the next one is gonna be outfits. This is a bit complicated because so many people they have like a really basic style, which is amazing, and it's like, but this is my way of dressing. Yeah, but you wanna make a portrait to stand out. You can do it with basic clothing as well, but it's always nice to put like an extra piece, something really, really different, something that stands out. That you realize, like big brands in magazines, they don't put the basic stuff in the magazine. They put like really Balenciaga, Dolce and Gabbana, like really weird, standing out garments, key garments, I call it. And because of that, the picture is great. Sometimes the pose is normal and the girl is normal, but then the garment has a massive volume and it fills the frame beautifully. So think about the outfits. And even if it's like a basic outfit, what you can do as well is matching the background with the outfit you are wearing. Right now, I have a light gray background, but put that in black. It would be great because I'm wearing black. The background is black. I have a yellow light over there, and then I have light in here on my face. So it's gonna look like so cohesive. It's gonna look beautiful. So people love to look at things which have harmony in a color way, in a colorful way. So think as well, matching background or choosing really strange pieces or very beautiful or shiny, or it has to be something special about the garments. Try that. It's gonna be like amazing idea for you as well. Okay, so the third one, makeup. I know this is a struggle because so many people is like, I don't know how to do my makeup so well. I'm really crap with makeup. I don't know how to do the eyeliner, or I don't use makeup at all. Make it your own, okay? If you don't like to use too much makeup, just don't do it. But maybe you can use like very nude makeups. I don't know. Take ideas again. Pinterest. I have a board with makeup ideas. You can have your own with your own style of makeup. I love crazy makeup and I love nude ones. I kind of like to experiment with everything. So in my board, you're gonna find like really crazy makeup, like red, yellow, blue, which is beautiful. But then you can find as well like nude because I like as well to pose naked. I don't show anything, but from here to top, I like sometimes naked because it gives to the image something beautiful about it, something delicate about it, which I love. And then with nude makeup, and I do like a really flat editing in terms of color, so I think they end up being like really raw images, and I love them. But then I have like crazy makeup as well because sometimes it's all about the makeup. I see portraits of people. They are very normal. They are just like that, a woman like that. But then the makeup is so sick. I'm like, oh my God, I love that picture. So think about makeup as well. And if you don't know how to do makeup and you would like to learn, I'm not a makeup artist, even if I'm good at it, but you know why I'm good at it? YouTube. I learned so much in YouTube through other influencers. They explain you how to do the eyeshadow, how to do the eyeliner, how to do two eyeshadows together. I learned in YouTube. Like, thanks YouTube for that because I learned a lot of stuff in YouTube. I think it's great. So yeah, experiment with makeup. So the next one is gonna be lighting. Lighting. I've been complaining 7 years because I always had one light. And guess what? I did great pictures for music artists with just one light. Like, it's not an excuse. And I'm saying this to myself because I complain so much. Like, I cannot improve my photography game if I only have one light. Like, I should have two at least. We always complain of the things we don't have, but don't let that stop you because my favorite picture ever and they voted for an advertising campaign in Ukraine, and I didn't expect that at all. It was with no lighting at all, with window lighting, in a very small room in Spain when I was still living there, and with a bed sheet behind me. That's all I had, and it was so creased and everything. I put it with tape in the cupboard, in the wardrobe, and I was in front, and I had like this space. But the picture is so great, like it ended up being like everywhere on internet, and they bought it, and I was very happy about it because I just did it for the love. Don't let the equipment to stop you, please. Don't let the equipment to stop you. If you have one light, and there is many lights which are very affordable for everyone, there is so many ways you can locate that light to make the picture creative. You can put it on a side and you create shadow in half of the face. You can put it on the top and you create a very dramatic shadow. I don't think you need that because it's quite risky to do that. I'm more with women because can be too dramatic. But you can play with that as well. And you can put it in front, so it would be more like a beauty portrait. You can put it behind, and then you put a profile or you put in front. Normally, profile works best, and you create a backlit. So it's the shadow, all black, and the light here. I show you an example right now. So there is many ways you can use just one light to be creative, so it's not an excuse. So play with light. Don't conform yourself just giving you a lot of light on the face. That's all it is because it's amazing if you move the light 45 degrees. It's a bit dramatic, but just enough, which I love that lighting. Rembrandt lighting is called as well. But then if you put it completely on the side, you create half face shadow, and I did the best press shot with this lighting because it's very edgy, and for artists, it's amazing. What you have to be careful is like always take into account which person you are shooting. If you are shooting yourself, it's completely fine. If you are shooting someone else, that kind of lighting has to match their personality. So for me, it's not just shooting. For me, it's like the person I'm shooting and their personality. So take that into account. But yeah, play with lighting. So, the next one. I love this one, but it was so hard for me to choose the right one. Props. Props. Like at the beginning when I started in self portraits, I didn't know which props to use. I didn't know. I didn't know what to use, how to take it, how to locate it. I was a mess. So what it worked for me is relate my press shots to music. So my brother had a guitar and I used the guitar. Then I had some headphones, paint them in white. You saw it before the picture. and I put them on and I paint all myself in white. Take objects if you don't know which props to use yet, maybe musical instruments or something you identify with. This is great. This is great because I'm gonna save a video for props ideas, because you wouldn't even believe how many free ideas I have for props. Like, I'm sure you have around the house those props, and the pictures you can get are amazing. So I'm not gonna say anything yet. I wanna record a video regarding this. I hope you will enjoy it. So I'm gonna do it anyway. But yeah, props is an amazing tool for a portrait as well, because if you appear in the picture and you cannot grab anything with your hands, or you cannot do anything with anything, it's just like, okay. So if you are new at posing and you don't master too much the posing part of it, props helps a lot, because you are grabbing something, you are hugging something, you are holding something. I don't know. You understand me what I mean. So props is super important, and they don't have to be expensive, because at the beginning it's like, I don't have props, I cannot do things, I have to buy stuff. But you don't need to. There is free stuff around you can use to do creative portraits, and they are amazing. Like, when I got into this, I was so stuck, I couldn't be creative at all. But then when you start to shoot and to practice is when you start to figure it out more. So please practice a lot and take props around the house. I don't know, make a challenge to yourself and be like, okay, I don't know, whatever you find. It's like, I'm gonna make a photography challenge with this, and get creative. I don't mind what it is, but get creative, because that way, even if they are crap at the beginning or the object doesn't have any sense, it's gonna open your mind into other ideas. Because when you use like a prop which is not good enough, you're gonna be like, okay, this is not good enough, but maybe this idea came to my mind and I can use it with this other object. Props is an addition you can put in your portraits, which can be amazing. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to take a scenario to explain you the last one, which is location. It's super important, the surroundings, for a self-portrait or for a normal portrait even. I'm struggling these days a bit because I just have my studio to play with. But if I use the other 5 points I told you about, the picture is still interesting, which is very nice. And if I play with the house, with the things I have around, that's why I came to this spot. So you can tell, like, there is beautiful places in houses you can use to be creative, but it doesn't have to be like a fancy stairs. It can be in the toilet, in the bath, in the shower, through a glass. You can use so many things around your house. You don't have to go anywhere, or you don't have to go to fancy places. Even if you have like a very old sofa, that can be super vintage and can look beautiful. So play with the things around the house, with objects, corners, furniture, or spots like this one, because that one is gonna be super nice and you don't have to go anywhere. And more right now because we are in isolation, unfortunately. But whenever you can come out of this one, use cities. Use cities, locations in cities, like streets, beautiful buildings, stairs, sculptures. There is so many situations where you can use the city in your favor. Many times, I scout locations this way. I go around the city and I drop pins in Google Maps. It's like, oh, this is a nice spot for a photo shoot, and I drop a pin. Do that, because then when you go around, it's like, I saw so many nice places, and I have them here on my phone, and it's a very good idea for photo shoots, even if it's not for yourself, to shoot with other models. So the city is amazing, and you don't have to know the city for this, please, because I was living in London for 7 years. I didn't know the city, but what I did is, like, just one day, I knew the vibe of the photo shoot, so I went to that area, that neighborhood in London, and then we keep walking, my client and me, and we found very nice spots. So for self-portraits, you can do the same. Take your tripod, take your camera, go around the city, and if you are shy, because there is so many people, and I've been there as well, and it's a bit embarrassing sometimes, I'm sure you can find like very empty spots, or you can go very early in the morning, and you can take amazing pictures in the city. And the next one as well is gonna be nature. For me, the main ones is the house, your surroundings every day, the city or a town or wherever you live, or when you travel, wherever you're gonna go, and nature. You have the mountains, you have the field, you have the forest, you have many possibilities. You can play with plants, put them on front, flowers, trees, use nature in your favor. And with this one, I don't want to keep talking because I've been talking quite a lot. With this one, I close the video. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and press the bell button to be notified when I'm gonna come out with another video. And if you like photography and if you wanna keep your creativity going, follow me because I'm gonna be releasing videos every single week. And I'm very excited to see you here. Please comment below if you like this video. If you have any requests, please tell me because I will be very happy to make a video about your request. And share your Instagram as well, and I will follow you. Tag me on Instagram. I would like to be part of it. And if you enjoyed the video, just let me know because it will make me very happy. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.